is no longer in service.
Yeah, so what's going on here with him? Like, is he going into more debt to try to like prove the election was stolen, or that was the last I heard from him?
I think Lindell is. I don't even know if anyone will fucking lend him money anymore. I think Michael Lindell's in the same boat as I am. I don't think he can even get a loan anymore.
Like he ruined his business over that, right? Like it wasn't that they stopped selling; it's that he spent more money than he had on stupid things.
I think it was a combination of that and the whole like election denial thing that he went through. Like he commissioned I think he got finessed by a bunch of like tech people. They're like, this fucking idiot will he'll pay us millions of dollars to like give him like fake computer code, and we'll just tell him that it's proof that the election was hacked.
This election pulled down. Donald Trump won. I mean, it's pretty simple. Okay, and there were many down-ticket senators too that they did too and stuff. You'll find all that out.
And so he
kept on paying like experts to like prove stuff.
Literally like I don't, and I'm not going to speculate on like what exactly like the itemization of the money he spent was, but like I know like he hosted like a cyber intelligence conference a few years ago. Do you remember that? Like
I remember the PowerPoint he had where like at the end of it he just didn't prove anything. That was fucking funny.
So he hosts that big fucking cyber intelligence thing. He has a bunch of like boomer like tinfoil hat morons like buy tickets to it, and then just so he can show like a PowerPoint with like just generic computer code like JPEGs that he probably got sold by like the people that finessed him in the first place.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a computer guy. I don't know what most of this stuff means, but I've been researching this election since November 3rd, and I can tell you right now that everything we're seeing right here, we saw in Antrim County. The adjudication logs being deleted. It was absolutely censored by the media. Most people don't know that this isn't anything new. We've seen it in Antrim County, we've now seen it in Maricopa County, and we're now looking at it with our very own eyes in Colorado. What does Colorado matter? Why are they attacking Colorado? We need to wake up as people, and you, the cameras in the back there, not all of you, but the CNNs of the world, you guys need to start reporting this and stop fact-checking it.
And it's like people went through the code and they're like, what is this? Like this doesn't like tangibly link to anything.
It doesn't represent anything.
Yeah,
it's just like nonsense.
Yeah, and it's like maybe somebody got like a fucking like the source code for like a computer virus or something, and just fucking you probably got hacked or something. Like somebody probably
just got into like his system with like a Trojan horse.
And then like
Last night when I got to the hotel, I was attacked, and Phil, here we're going to talk about where we're going today in light of this. So Colonel, go ahead.
Hell yeah, that's so fucking funny.
He just like loses all his money to like a crypto locker virus.
Yeah.
But like, so people at the conference are like fucking like jeering him because they're like, what is this? You all like, it's like the Rachel Maddow like Trump's like taxes thing. You remember when she made a big deal? She's like, everyone tune in now. I've got a big bombshell. It's gonna take down Donald Trump. And then like everyone tunes in and she's like, I got his taxes maybe from 10 years ago.
Oh, and Kendra and I were walking and we got our key, and I turned around, and you got to realize I've been in bad places before. I've had swords to my throat. I've had guns to my head. I owned bar for 13 years, and you had to read people.
Sure.
And I walked. We went back. We turned back. I go, come on, we gotta go. And two guys kind of ran down the thing by the elevator there, and he goes, can I get a picture? But the way he was running, it wasn't like a fan. It was like just something different. And so I took the picture, and then this other guy came up out of nowhere, and he goes, I want one too. And he put his arm up, and he stuck his thing. It was so much pressure. I mean, and I just knew if I did anything, there was something more coming. And he jammed it in to where that it was just piercing pain. And I'm just going, and I acted like, that I didn't feel anything. And I'm sitting there like that, and I go, okay, do you have it? Well, what I think now after then we let go, and the guy looks at me, and I mean, it was like I was almost doubled over. And the other guy then was like this, and it seemed like he was going to grab me. And Kendra's not knowing because I'm not letting out any pain. pulled into the elevator, and I got upstairs, and I buckled over, and she said, "What's up?" I said, "That guy tried to, hurt me. I didn't know what he was doing, but I think what he was doing, if I would have reacted, I think they were videotaping, and I think it was a setup. Like if I'd either fought back, and they would have said, look what Mike Lindell does with pictures, or if I'd have turned, there was something else that he might have done."
Yeah.
And it's like,
and it didn't show anything.
yeah, and like all of it's like redacted, and it's like, you suck, Rachel Maddow, go away.
Yeah, Rachel Maddow does suck.
But yeah, so Mike Lindell's like the male Rachel Maddow.
Yeah, like
basically.
the Republican.
Yeah. A funnier. I think Mike Lindell's a funny guy. He's got a funny mustache.
Yeah, I
like,
wouldn't be
kooky.
surprised if he ends up on like Fox or Newsmax or like one of those.
Yeah, now they had to be working with media.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yep.
There had to be corrupt media giving them their name tags so that they could switch it up. So they're working with them. Working with them, people.
Yes, yep. They were working with them.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he's gonna have to, because Mike Lindell has confirms MyPillow has been evicted from their warehouse.
I've been down this track with evil, and I've been in Mexico where they were cutting my head off.
So it looks like he's going to be...
he was just sleeping there with like the power turned off.
You think so? He was living in the warehouse?
Yeah, squatters' rights.
Hell yeah, it's squatters' rights now.
Why? Just forget about the evidence. If I'm right that China took our country
Forget about the
now,
evidence.
do you care? Would that bother you? Would that bother you?
But you have to show the proof for it,
No,
right?
would that bother you?
Of course it would.
Okay, then why do you think I keep going? Do you think I like getting attacked?
Lindell invited the media and cyber experts to the symposium to vet his claims. We went along and brought Harry Hursty, a world-renowned cyber and voting machines expert.
I think what happened, so basically like he does the cybersecurity thing. He starts, people like jeer him. He comes up with this excuse of like why he didn't show the real proof, and he says it's because he got threatened by like Antifa or something. He's like, Antifa threatened me and they punched me, and so now I can't show it or whatever.
If you see something in there, if you see some data that does seem legit, that does show that there was some sort of fraud, you're ready to investigate it, right?
Absolutely. I will follow the evidence wherever the evidence will go.
Lindell ultimately didn't produce the data to prove his claim the election was stolen by China.
I think the guy makes a wonderful pillow, but I wish some of this information would have been organized a little better.
Were you given any data at all from the 2020 election? Anything useful, anything that would show any sort of fraud?
We were not given any kind of raw data which we would even be able to start to look in that.
It's like, that's convenient.
Yeah.
And then he goes, but I'm gonna do a bounty. So if anyone can like prove that the election wasn't stolen, like he moved the goalpost. He's like, yeah, but you can't prove that it wasn't stolen.
Yeah. I love when people do that. It's like,
So,
no, you're
like-
the one making outrageous claims. Like you're the one that has to back them. Like I don't have to like provide proof of like things that are already like common knowledge.
But if your stuff is legit, if the data is legit, wouldn't it be better for you to hand it over to as many cyber experts as possible?
You know why? I'll give you the answer. Because I've been told that they can go out there and corrupt it and make fake stuff and put fake news out. So I don't need your people to go out and doctor the evidence and put out on Mike Lindell's a conspiracy.
But you have been saying for months, media, experts, everybody come, see the data.
We're showing it right on screen right now. So you can't sit here and do a hit piece when it's on screen right now.
Well, he was trying to save face at that point, but like, so what? And you probably saw this, but what ended up happening was like he goes, I challenge any of you to debunk me, and some guy like take like a computer programmer takes him up on it and fucking goes through all his documents and fucking like itemized like debunks every single like fucking like assertion he made and like puts it in like proper like PDF format and sends it to him, and then like Lindell like denies him the bounty, so he gets taken to court over it.
Yeah, I remember this now. The judge ordered him to pay the money that he said he would pay.
So he's on the hook for like I think it was like $5 million or something like that. So yeah, I think like in conjunction with what he's been doing the last like 6 years.
Yeah, between that and all the money he spent trying to prove it, like he's just like
he's bankrupting himself. All the money he lost in that fucking like crypto locker he probably got.
To your knowledge, was anything on those screens proof? of Lindell's claims that the election had been stolen?
Based on everything we found, that is meaningless. There was nothing there you can compare to draw any conclusions. Expected a huge pile of data which we wouldn't be able to understand, and how it can be evidence. We didn't expect there's no pile of anything.
There's not even a pile of bullshit here. There's just a pile of nothing.
There's only pile of nothing.
No evidence of election fraud here, but plenty of promotions for pillows and other products.
Got bathrobes, slippers, pajamas, bath mats. So go look at what you like. There's so much cute stuff.
And it says maybe they'll cover that in here, but it says in the wake of accruing over $200,000 in unpaid rent. Holy shit! My Pillow, led by Trump loyalist CEO Mike Lindell, was hit with a court-ordered eviction from its warehouse. Details emerged as the landlord presented evidence of the company's financial delinquency to a Scott County judge, who subsequently agreed to enforce the eviction. That fucking
I got
rules.
$5 million for anyone that can prove that this evidence
that I did pay rent.
that I did in fact pay my rent.
Dude, that's honestly like pretty awesome. Like I like how he just drags everything through the courts like a real piece of shit. Like even though he's like blatantly wrong, he's like, nope, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to take me to court to get me evicted, pal. Because I've never been wrong in my life.
No, I have noticed like there's been an uptick recently in those like, stories from like California where it says like I owned a second home and then I found squatters in it, and like now the government's saying they can stay there for like a year and a half or whatever.
Oh, dude, I see on the New York Post. That's like every other story is.
Well,
like,
no, it's like it really feels like they're getting ready for like the new world, which is like if you're late on your payment ever, or you don't pay the exact right amount, like you're off by like $1 or something, like they can just immediately evict you and you have no legal recourse. Like they're trying to get rid of like what little protections like renters have at this point, and it's just really disturbing. Like,
well, maybe
they're using like a couple cases of just like really like extreme situations where where some of the times like the squatters have weaponized the courts to just stay somewhere and not pay rent. But like it's more disturbing when you think about why this stuff is being pushed out there right now, because I think
that picture of Mike Lindell is so fucking sick. Well, maybe that's what happened to poor old Mike. He's fallen on some hard times.
Oh, don't worry, I'm sure Trump will bail him out.
What is it? However, it was amicable, Lindell said to Newsweek. Oh, it was amicable. He was leaving anyway. Adding that the situation was a little tricky. The landlord said they'd rather foreclose than let us go and find another sublease here. I said, I agree. No, he's saving face. I think Mike Lindell's good at saving face. I think that's kind of his thing. The Lindell said the warehouse, which rents for $90,000 a month. God fucking damn.
Well, I mean, it's a warehouse. Like, it's going to be more than that.
Had been used by MyPillow for a year, and that the company has other facilities. Initially, a sublease agreement with. Why are they fucking reporting on this?
I don't know. I just love the image of him like on a conveyor belt with his like MyPillow, in an empty warehouse. With no power.
Yeah, look at that poor man's face right there. This is an American legend right here, guys. We need to show him some respect.
That's future President Lindell to you.
Did he want to be the president?
I don't know. I'm sure. Why the fuck not at this point? Like, if anything, he's overqualified.
Mike Lindell wants Supreme Court to fast track his case. Dude, they have multiple
He's taking
stories.
this to the Supreme Court, or is he still yelling about the election to the Supreme Court?
That's probably to the election thing. I'd imagine.
Or, I mean, it might be a preemptive like one for the 2024 one, because sometimes it takes a while. So you got to get your false evidence in there early if you want it to.
Do you think this is like an actual like a meter that's like based off of? What people are clicking on.
Yeah, no, that's the same meter I use to vet all my news stories. Like,
that was kind of funny, I guess.
yeah, I had a good laugh.
Anytime we can make fun of Mike Lindell.
Yeah, it makes me feel better about myself.
God damn, dude, there's so many fucking ads on here. I can't even see like the stories.
Mm-hmm.
Newsweek is pretty funny.
Yeah, let's
You want to see what they have on Newsweek?
Well, don't we need to check in with our friend of the show?
He said he was gonna call.
No, yeah. I was talking about RFK.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh god.